What's up, everybody? Sound here. Today, I wanted to go over the Microdagger used to import waypoints into the UH-60s and the flight management system to where it automatically changes waypoints as you approach or pass through them. How to set up a flight plan using the Microdagger, importing it into the FMS, the Blackhawk. So right now we'll pull up our Microdagger, right? Home twice. We want to come to the map, and we have no waypoints currently at all. So we'll mark this area here. We're going to call this, check that. We're going to do this real quick. So to make it easier, we're gonna visualize it as you would see in the Liberation server or in an operation, right? So we'll create an IP using just this for shits and giggles, IP sound. Okay. So we've inserted IP sound, and we'll use the Camino firing range as a landing zone. So we'll change this to landing zone. Call it green. LZ green. All right. Boom. So we have that done. We have an IP, an ingress point, and we have an LZ. Now we'll mark down fob alpha, just for simple sake, right? So we have 3 waypoints. We are at fob alpha. We will need to use IP sound to approach LZ green. So the easiest way to do that in this system is using the Microdagger home twice, pull up your map, right? So now you see that the waypoints are now on and populated onto the Microdagger. So we're going to use our mouse, double click, right? Now we get a name of, that's the grid coordinate. We're going to change it to IP sound. Hit the map again. Once we enter that, we're going to go down here, scroll in, call it, double click, LZ green. Hit OK. Back to the map. Now we're going to go to fob alpha. We'll call it right here, roughly where we are, fob alpha. Okay, so now we have 3 waypoints entered: IP sound, LZ green, fob alpha. Hit home to make the Microdagger smaller, and we will get into the bird, and I'll show you how to do this. So we're using the Hatchet UH-60. We're going to get into pilot. Turn on my head tracking here. So right now we have a dead bird. E. I'm going to turn everything on. We'll turn everything on real quick so it's just easier to fire the bird up. Clear the master caution. So now we have our ECAS up and the FMS is up. Let me kill the HUD, HMD. Okay, so it's a little bit clearer. So now we have, we'll go back to the main menu. We'll work our way back. We want to go to navigation menu. Of course, I hit the wrong button. So nav. Okay, so now you see in this menu, we have time of flight and a grid coordinate and a heading, 0 nautical miles. We currently have no waypoints in this navigation. So what we want to do is we want to import them. Okay, so we have the Microdagger import. So what we'll do is we'll click here using the F key, and it says overrides group waypoints may break single player, right? So it doesn't really work in single player, it may break. So now we have this WPT auto next off. This means waypoint will automatically change the next one when you pass through. Currently it is off. You can set it to on here. It turns it on. Now we accept everything. We will import our waypoints. And now we see, all right, waypoint 1, IP sound. It is 1.8 nautical miles with a heading of 55 degrees from our current location. Next waypoint, LZ green, right? It is 2.4 nautical miles, and so on. And then fob alpha. Okay, so now I had to re-import it because it broke as cycling through. Using the next waypoints, it broke the system. So I had to re-import it the method that I showed you. So target waypoint is IP sound. Now we'll pull up, we'll go back to the menu, mission systems. We're going to pull up our HUD again using freedom units. Okay, now we have our normal monocle up. If we look over, there is the home plate or upside down home plate. That is IP sound. Normally get that in the little bird or this 47 with using the shift left click or right click on the map. That gives you that normal waypoint marker. So that's how you get that in the UH-60. So what we'll do is we'll fire up the bird now and we'll fly over there and then we'll do an approach to LZ green. Continuous on. Let the APU start. You want to do most of your navigation before the engines are spooling. This makes it a lot easier. Not so loud. So the bird's coming up. APU's online. Engine 1 start. Pull it to the left tape. Rise and fall. It'll settle. As you see down here in the ECAS, you have IP sound, 1.8 nautical miles with a heading of 55. TTG, or time to go, is nothing because we're not moving yet. You also see it here in the monocle in the bottom right-hand corner. This is our current waypoint, the distance and the heading, and then it'll be TTG, time to go, till arrival. As we start to take off and move, this will populate and give a countdown. Now, engine 2 start. So engine 1 and 2, all right, we're going to knock them to fly. Boost pump off, air source to engine, APU off. All right, we're ready to go. So let's take off here and we're going to fly over to IP sound. Now you see the TTG in the bottom right-hand corner is counting down because we're now moving and we're picking up speed, so it's going to start to give you that countdown. So we're at a minute 20 seconds to go as we keep going towards the IP. And you see the nautical miles are now changed down to 1.3 nautical miles. We'll fly directly to it to save time for argument's sake. All right, so we should be about a half a nautical mile. Right, as we pass it, it should click to LZ green. See that? Bottom right-hand corner, LZ green, 1.6 nautical miles with a heading of 139, 140, 40 seconds to go. So we're going to do a quick landing here at firing range Camino. And as we land, it'll switch back to FOB Alpha, which will give us the return. You could make another waypoint at IP Sound, and that will just give you the backtrack of your flight path. But for argument's sake, we kind of know where we're going. We could just fly back to IP Sound, so we'll start to bleed speed here. We're going in pretty quick here, 100 knots. So, okay, we're going to come in for our final. We'll set it down right here. Eight knots. And touchdown. All right, wheels on the ground. So now you see FOB Alpha has populated in the bottom right-hand corner. 2.5 nautical miles, 274 for the heading. And that takes us back to the FOB. So we'll fly back. We can go direct or we can go back through IP Alpha. For argument's sake, we'll just go direct for timing. Gotta climb these big ass mountains. Makes the bird work a little bit. So I see our time to go is 2 minutes. As we come over the hill, we'll pick up some speed and we'll be able to shave that off. Right, so collect it down. We don't want to over torque the motors. And now we see it's going to drop significantly faster. So that's pretty much the simplest way to do waypoints in the UH-60 with using the Microdagger and the auto changing waypoints. Hopefully this is helpful. If this video has been helpful in some of the other videos I've done, please subscribe to the channel and give a like, comment if you if you found this helpful or you want to see something else done. This is just trying to make everyone a little bit more knowledgeable into the 60 because it is a pretty popular mod, especially in the Karmakut Liberation server where I play on. So the links in the description and all that stuff will be down there. So just keep practicing, keep learning as we arrive back here at the airfield. So thanks everyone for watching. Again, drop a like button. This was helpful for you. Down.